It has been over a week since the PS5 Pro released, and I had a good amount of time playing games that were specifically enhanced for the new console. I got to say that I am impressed. Being able to play games at a higher quality and frame rate was a godsend for me. You can't really see it on a YouTube video without zooming in, but in person you can immediately tell the difference in quality. But there are still problems. As an example, here is Spider-Man 2 running on Fidelity and Performance mode on both PS5 and on the Pro. These were recorded directly from the console at an uncapped frame rate with VRR enabled. You won't be able to see this via YouTube, so this is something you need to see in person. Fidelity Pro is clearly the winner here due to the uncapped frame rate. The ray tracing is amazing, especially at nighttime, which is why I choose this scenario. But what if you don't own a 120Hz VRR display? Well, the game runs at 30 frames per second in Fidelity Pro. This might seem like a nitpick, but isn't the whole purpose of the PS5 Pro to give high fidelity while maintaining a good constant frame rate? While Performance Pro still looks better than the original Performance or Fidelity modes, having to invest extra on a display to take advantage of 120Hz and VRR can be a deal breaker. I see a lot of people having if they don't already own such display. For games that don't utilize 120Hz or VRR like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that is when the PS5 Pro truly shines. The game looks phenomenal in the new versatility mode. Out of all the PS5 Pro enhanced games, Final Fantasy VII is the only game from the games I tested and played, in my opinion, that truly utilizes the console's capability. The image is much clearer, the movement is much more fluid. It is truly an upgrade of the original PS5. If you were to get a PS5 Pro, this would be the game to get. With that said, I did notice a few issues with PSSR. I am assuming the AI upscaling can't fully resolve the image, so it creates weird flickers in certain parts, but you'd mostly have to be looking to notice these. Really hoping these upgrades are also made for Final Fantasy XVI. I did capture footage from the PS5 Pro, but playing it back and comparing it to the original PS5, it runs about the same. If there are issues in the original PS5, they carry over to the Pro, and this includes PS4 games, which is a shame. For Stellar Blade, I did use the new HFR mode for increased frame rate. Only available if you have a 120Hz VRR display. I personally would choose Pro mode over the Pro Max mode. It felt better and in some cases looked better than Pro Max thanks to PSSR. If you don't own a compatible display for HFR, Pro mode would be the best pick. While doing this comparison, I realized that we are starting to get to a point of diminishing returns. Games like Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade, The Last of Us already look so good that these upgrades in terms of visuals become minimal. The last comparison I wanted to make was with Silent Hill 2 Remake. The Pro enhancement, if that's what you can call it, is much worse than on the original PS5. Both clips are on Performance mode because this is where the issue comes from. Quality mode is still locked to 30 frames per second regardless of the console. But back to the Performance mode, it looks much worse. There's this weird, distracting glow that affects every object, including James and the enemies. The base version on PS5 already had these issues, but it's worse on Pro. It could be a PSSR issue, but I'm no expert. I wouldn't recommend this game on the Pro, and it also shows that just brute force and AI upscaling isn't going to make a game run or look better. It's all about optimization. And with that, this ends the comparisons and also comes my final verdict. Would I recommend the PS5 Pro? Should you buy it? As a normal consumer or gamer, absolutely not. It's a good console, but not $700 worth of good. Trading in your older PS5 is a much better option than paying the full amount. If you own a PlayStation 5 with a disc drive that's not removable and you have physical games, be sure to save for a disc drive. If you're someone who owns a 1080p or 1440p, or even a 4K display with no VRR or 120Hz, I would consider saving for a better TV. I feel like the game that took advantage of the PS5 Pro the most was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because it needed it, but as proven with games like Silent Hill 2 Remake, the power of the PS5 Pro is also dependent on the developer's optimization. Thanks for watching. This is the first time I do a longer style video on my college laptop. I'm learning, and I would like to do more videos like these, so hopefully without the AI voiceover. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not. Consider subscribing, it would help me out a lot. And have yourself a damn good one.